The SIlent Sentinels. During the presidency of Woodrow Wilson, suffrage was a hot topic. Women fought for their right to vote. One organization fighting for the rights of women was the National Women's Party, formed by Alice Paul. On January 9, 1917, the NWP met with Woodrow, who told them that suffrage was a state issue, not a federal one. Unhappy with this sentiment, the women began a protest on January 10. They stood silently outside the White House 6 days a week. Their goal was for the president to be reminded of the demand for suffrage every time he left his residence. The women carried banners with messages to the president like, "Mr. President, what will you do for women's suffrage?" On June 22, Lucy Burns and Catherine Morey were arrested for obstructing traffic. 3 days later, 12 more women were arrested on the same charge. The women were given a choice of 3 days in jail or a $10 fine. To draw more attention to their cause, the women chose jail. The conditions there were atrocious. It was dirty and the inmates were sick. Worms were often found in the food. The women in jail went on a hunger strike. The prison doctors force-fed the women raw eggs and milk through tubes up their noses. November 14 became known as the Night of Terror. The women were chained to their cells, beaten and abused. One woman suffered a heart attack from the shock. All the women were released in late November. Finally, the suffrage amendment passed the House and Senate on June 4, 1919. The 19th Amendment was ratified on August 18, 1920 by Tennessee. The amendment passed by just one vote. Harry Byrd, who originally opposed the amendment, was persuaded to vote for it by his mother. She sent a telegram encouraging him to put the rat in ratification. Please visit www.ican'tbelieveitsnonfiction.com and don't forget to subscribe.